That just never gets old.
Oh, it doesn't, does it?
Does it? Um,
Huh?
so,
Live from Manus Island.
exactly. That's awesome. Anyways, everybody, today is Influencer Fridays for restaurants, food service, hospitality, you name it. I'm excited to bring this back. We were doing this all the way up until June of last year or this year. Took a little break. We're back, and we actually have a rock star that's going to be doing this with us today.
I
And
don't know about
Chef,
that, Jay.
welcome to Influencer Fridays. Give us 30 seconds who you are, so they
Okay.
know like we have a legend on the show today. So tell us who you
No,
are.
no. Hack that never was. Hi, I'm Chef Poin, culinary director here at Ocean Mama Seafoods and Three Fish. We're one of Canada's largest seafood importers in Canada. I am currently treasurer and competition chair at Chef's Table Society of British Columbia, where we run the Apprentice of the Year competitions, amongst other things. I'm also the national sponsor liaison for Junior Team Canada and Culinary Team BC, being a past competing member of Team Canada and captain of Team BC from about 2004 to 2012. Decided to come back and help them with that fun task as they go to Luxembourg actually in November. And thank you for Cisco for being a major sponsor. We greatly appreciate it. These young kids, it takes a lot for them to go compete across the world, right? So we greatly appreciate all the help from all the companies from BC and in Canada. That is who I am.
Awesome.
They,
Well, that's a big list. That's a big
nah,
list. Your business card must be big.
The email signatures. It's funny. People always comment. I'm like, well, you got to put it. Jeez, us chefs have no,
You earned it. You
we don't
earned
know
it.
how to advertise for each other. No, no, it's all good.
You earned it.
But
So what
we're
are we
here for
doing?
a different topic here. So we
What are
got
we
some
doing
amazing
today?
cookies today. Funny enough, English Bay. I don't know if you knew this, but their factory was only like 5 doors away from me. And I used to smell the cookies being baked and stuff. Unfortunately, they left my vicinity, which I missed them, but that's okay. Still made in Canada. Today we're trying out three separate flavors. One being the caramel apple. So this is kind of like their fall lineup. So
Okay.
caramel apple, plant-based pumpkin, and the fastest
Pumpkin
growing item is
pumpkin
their
based.
triple pumpkin, but plant-based.
Plant based.
Plant-based.
These are all plant based? Are these all plant based?
No, this one is plant-based, the pumpkin one. The apple and the you didn't let me finish here. Their fastest growing cookie, the triple chocolate threat. These aren't plant based, so they have the eggs and the milks and stuff in them, but this is plant based. So that is what we're trying out here today. And I made a couple of different recipes as well. I have a nice little ice cream cookie based cake as well.
Cookie
I
based.
basically cookie based. Yeah, I took my pie pan and I took about 6, 7 of. So these come in 1.5 ounce chunks, pucks,
Yeah.
if you will.
Bucks, yeah.
I took about 10 of them and I squished them down, baked it, so you get a massive cookie. But
What?
because it's in your ring form, it just
Yeah.
cools down in a massive cookie, right? And then I just got some vanilla ice cream and popped it in there and stuck it in the freezer. You got an easy cake, garnish it with some more cookies and some chocolate shavings. But this is what I'm really excited about driving over here at 5 a.m. Because my daughter woke up nice and early this morning. I actually made tempura cookies. But
Tempura. What?
yeah,
Whoa,
so
whoa,
I
whoa,
grabbed
whoa,
I
whoa.
grabbed one of the pucks, sliced them in half. I'm gonna open it up because it's freshly deep fried, and I actually put
Whoa.
marshmallow in the middle. So I put some marshmallow in the middle of that with some cookie dough. So there's
You
some
do
nice gooey marshmallow in there as well.
How did you do that?
Oh, the key was to take the pucks frozen, cut them in half, but then flatten them out. Put the marshmallow in the middle,
Flat.
stick
How
them back
flat.
together. Yeah, actually, I'll show you one right now.
Okay, okay. Okay. And then we get into reviewing these. We're gonna review. So what we do on the show, everyone, is that we review products, good, great, or wow, after Chef tasted. He hasn't nibbled any of
I
those.
haven't tasted anything. You know
No
how
cheese.
hard that is. Great
Do
on the
not.
diet, but uh, but it's hard. Like the kitchen smells like cinnamon and apple caramel and chocolate. It's awesome. So this is what the pucks normally look like, right? You get those nice little pucks. I took them, I bucked them in half, put some marshmallow in the middle, and then froze
What?
them again. So it still looks like a little puck,
Yeah,
frozen,
deep
idiot
fried.
proof, tempura, deep fried, and you get this lovely nugget of funness. A
Oh my
little
god,
cinnamon sugar wouldn't hurt either, but that's okay. But before we taste them and I
that's the
rate them on
healthy
the
food.
flavors, I want to make sure you understand, like, as a chef, yeah, the flavor is great, but also labor saving and the packaging and how it comes to me and the ease of using it. has a lot to do with it as well, right? So idiot proof, you put them onto a tray. The recipe's right on the box, so you can't lose the recipe, right? If you're, the untrained staff that you're working with to make cookies, right? Pretty simple. Pop them in the oven. It comes out. I made 3 different batches to make sure that I'm cooking them correctly, right? And I got the
Mhm.
same result every single time, which is good, right?
You
Well, it's
want that,
actually
right?
pretty. No, it's actually pretty great, right? Because you get some chewy. Look at that chewy cookies, right?
Now,
So
chef,
if I was to
chef,
talk
can I
to me,
ask you a question on that?
yeah,
Because this is our first show together, so you'll know
yeah.
that I interrupt you all the time.
Oh,
Uh,
fine, that's okay. I'm gonna have a coffee
so
while you interrupt me.
but it's typically not the corporate or the executive chef or the head chef of the kitchen doing the cookies. So all these things are very important, right?
No, yeah, no. We're there to come and taste test, and we're there to tell you to cook it for 30 seconds longer, right? Because again, it's so important. And when I say the recipes, right, it's so
Yeah,
important. Cookies are a thing like you can't test a cookie if it's done.
no,
You got to
true.
judge the fact that hey, it says 10 minutes, it says 20, it actually says 25 minutes on that. But I know my oven, and I need to cook it a little bit less longer. It's a really good oven, so I know my oven, and that's what I did, right? And every single time it turned out great. You can't test it; it's all doughy, right? You got to let it rest, and then you know that if you did it right or wrong. So that's why I did it 3 different times
You
to make
mess up a
sure.
cookie, you can mess up a cookie.
Of course, you can
Like,
mess up a cookie. If you cook it too, listen, if you took it too long, or if you took it too low a temperature, then the fat comes out. If you cook it too high, it's burnt and crispy but raw. But what I loved about this too is that my sheet pans were super clean afterwards. That means it didn't ooze out oil and grease or anything.
oh,
I
okay.
literally just had
I
to
know.
wipe it off. That means you're saving parchment paper, you're saving silicone, all good things.
Yeah, yeah. So what I did, chef, is I had our chef Michael Brown here. He prepared me some too.
Oh,
So
excellent. Look at
I
that.
haven't tasted these either. So these are the same cookies you have. He cooked for me here. So this is the first time I get to rate good, great, or wow on each cookie as well. So excited
Excellent. And
for
where are you? How
that.
far are you from me?
I'm,
Nationwide.
I'm a little bit a little bit from you, but you know what? They smell really good. So I am so glad you
Excellent.
shared all those things. So you ready? Are you ready
Yeah,
for your
what are we doing first?
your choice? You tell me which
I
cookie.
want to do pumpkin first because I'm curious. Veg
Okay, so
based. So being plant based, clearly it cooks a little differently. Now it's still pliable and
tell us
chewy.
more about that though. Tell me more about that.
But so listen, plant based means you have to work very hard to take care of the leavening agents and the binders and everything, right? So you'll notice like the chocolate chips and the apple caramel has a distinct cookie look, right? Like it's a little puffed. These come out a little bit flat. I was concerned that it was me, so
Yeah,
that's why I cooked it 3 separate times to make sure it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It's just based that way because it doesn't have, let's say, maybe the egg leavening agents and such. But it's still it's still chewy and well, I haven't tasted it yet, but as I can feel it while I'm crumbling it, it's not super crumbly, which is great too, right? It's intact. It's
you want
intact, which is
to have
great.
your milk. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
I'm
whoa!
eating it. I'm
You went
eating it. Yeah,
okay.
you're waiting too long.
So we rate everything good, great, or wow. So after chef enjoys the whole cookie, which usually we take a nibble of it, but he's going to take the
Nibble.
whole
Are you
down.
kidding me?
So I'm going to try one too.
Yeah. So it is pumpkin, but there's chocolate chips
Oh
in it, which
yeah.
really help. They really help. I love the
Um,
texture. Texture's great.
you know what would be really good is a pumpkin spice latte. This as well. Just
What are
saying.
you crazy?
Just saying.
Listen, I can taste the pumpkin. It's
Yep.
not pumpkin spice, so please don't mistake that. There's not harsh nutmeg and cinnamons in here. It's literally
Nope.
like pumpkin chocolate chip, you know?
And there's
Um,
chocolate in it, right? I got right there.
yeah. There's the chocolate chip. There's pumpkin in it. You feel
Uh
good
huh.
that it's plant based. I really like it. What was your
Okay.
rating?
So good, great, or wow. What are you going for?
Good, great, or wow? Let's go great. Where's your little button? Great.
Boom.
There you
There.
go.
There you go.
There's your button. Great. You
There you
know?
go. There's-
Yeah.
This is your first review. You only have like another 40,000 to do.
We got a couple lined up. It's okay. I I really want my marshmallow filled cookie, FYI, but that's okay.
Okay.
We're
No,
not here
that's
to
it.
rate that.
You gave it
That's
great.
just me.
We don't
Oh
hand
yeah.
out awards really freely. What'd you get into? You still going on that one?
Hmm. I, I really wanted to try my deep fried cookie.
Oh, how's it taste?
It was amazing because the cookie actually like cooks, and then the marshmallow is all gooey inside, and then there's a crispy tempura. Freaking amazing.
That wouldn't be hard to do, eh? Like if you had a
No,
whole bunch.
no, yeah, because you can freeze them, and it's
Yeah,
like frozen now, and then you just tempura it whenever you're ready.
not hard for a young chef to do.
Not at all.
All right, first
Excuse me
one.
while I grab a napkin. Great.
All right, all right. So
Now I'm
pumpkin
pumpkin.
spice.
Great.
Is this pumpkin
Pumpkin.
spice
No,
cookie?
pumpkin.
Pumpkin
Pumpkin. Dairy. Like yeah, it says
plant
right
based.
here. Plant based. Plant based. You see that little green little logo? Plant based.
All right. I can't wait
Yes,
for
and
that.
again, don't forget it is made in Canada, which is gives it a couple of more thumbs up.
Well,
Fair.
would you put that on a menu if you had a menu,
You know,
or is that
I
cheesy?
think it's that it would be cheesy. It's just the fact that you're at least doing a good thing. Great.
Oh, okay. See,
I would. You can technically put home baked. House baked because technically you're baking yourself, right? But yeah, no, it's a little cheesy to go made in Canada, like product of Canada kind of thing. If people
no,
ask you, then you're gonna at least tell them.
Canadian pumpkin cookie.
Yeah. Oh,
That's what I
plant based. Yeah, you can say plant based for sure.
Canadian plant based cookie.
No, no, no. Don't be crazy. Can we try the how's our time? I want to make sure. Oh, see,
No,
our time's going over already.
I
See,
know, I know.
look at that.
He said,
Come on, come
we're
on.
like we'll go overtime. Oh yeah.
All right.
Okay, what are you doing? Which one?
I want to do the triple chocolate threat.
The
I,
triple
I
chocolate. This is the one I don't
I
have.
call it I call it the triple chocolate threat. It's actually called triple chocolate chunk. So
Triple
so
chocolate chunk, not
triple
plant based.
chocolate chunk. So no, not plant based, regular cookie, triple chocolate, white dark milk.
What do you think
You can say that again.
what makes it the triple chocolate?
I just said white dark milk,
Oh,
triple chocolate. Jay, stay with us here, my friend. So, oh,
oh
who hired
man,
this guy?
I
Who
love
hired this guy?
English chefs.
Huh?
They kill me.
I should
Okay,
try the
so
fresh one.
good grade or wow on this one. Triple chocolate. This is one I don't have. I don't have this one. Oh,
This is
oh.
also great. This is like what I get from a cookie, right?
So you're going great on this one? Oh no,
Wow
no.
is the top one, right?
Yeah, yeah. Good's right in the middle.
Great is great. I'm I'm saving my wow because I have
I
a
know.
love for apple caramel and stuff. So I have a feeling I'm gonna go wow on this one. Personal choice.
Okay, so we're gonna go on this one. Where you gonna go?
Personal choice. Good, great, wow, great. Still
You gonna go
great.
great?
That's great. This is
Great
chocolate
cook.
chip cookie, chewy, easy to cook, very consistent in sizing. I must say. So
You know
hey,
what I
you get
did?
exactly.
What I didn't do is I didn't give you background music.
That's okay. Na 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 na.
Okay, so we're
So
going. So that one's great. So two greats. You're throwing out two
two
greats.
grades. Oh yeah, no, no. It's I'm really enjoying the product because it's idiot proof and it's super simple and the taste is great, texture is great, consistency is great, right? So everything's great. I just
Can
want
I,
to taste this apple caramel. I've
Chef?
been
Can I ask?
smelling it all day.
Just wait before
Yes.
you get into that. 'Cause I got one here. Just one sec. Uh, what's your favorite? What is your favorite cookie though? Like all time, all time.
Me?
Yes. Well, the other chef.
No,
Yes, you.
no. I have a love for like that, like the score or like the really burnt like caramel kind of stuff inside. So that's why I'm
Okay.
saying like I'm really gonna like this.
Okay.
You know?
My
Yeah.
mine is my mom's. It is. I'm gonna tell you. While you throw
We had
stuff
a
around.
little accident there. We had a little accident there. That's okay.
So my mom's was a cornflake cookie. So you take
Oh, interesting.
cornflakes. So you put
Interesting.
cornflakes in there, and then it was the
Interesting.
caramel chocolate cornflake cookie. And I
Hmm.
swear to God, they are the best cookies ever. Cornflakes in it.
It sounds biased because it was your mom, but that's okay.
And it's a little. It's a little. I
Yeah,
won't lie.
it's a little. Cause see, I'm Persian, so I grew up on baklava. So
Okay. Well,
there you go.
yeah. All
Life's
right.
tough. Life's tough. So
Life stuff. All right. So
hashtag.
I got the same
Um,
cookie here.
oh, you actually have this one. Okay, good. So I literally have yesterday's bake and today's bake. So I want to see
This
what the
is close to
difference
my
is in
mom's.
texture.
This is close to my mom's. This is close.
It's close to it. See, actually, yesterday's bake is actually a little bit more chewy because I had a like chewy looking because I actually had a little bit of time to rest. And today's bake,
Chewy
interesting.
looking.
Well, it's chewy. Like I haven't tasted it yet, so I
What else
can't tell
is
you if
there
it's
out there? You've never
tasting.
heard.
But yeah, I can tell we're chef. I can tell how the texture is going to be.
All right, here we go.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, this is
see? Oh wow. Well,
wow.
I love it,
Whoa,
and that's
I'm.
today's as well.
This is so close to my mom's though.
Yeah.
This is close. This is so close. Isn't this good?
Amazing. No, because you don't usually get apple caramel.
Oh, okay. Is that the sheet with them on there on your table?
The one I threw on the ground. Yes.
Grab that. Bring it up to the camera so people can see it.
So,
Okay, you just got to go buy this, people. Right
so we
there.
tried the caramel apple.
Yeah.
So this is their fall lineup. They actually have 6 fall lineups, but
Oh,
we have 3 today. So there's caramel apple and plant based. We saw the ginger molasses is going to be amazing. Come on, let's just say that. And then the other ones are
oh,
the chocolate. Oh, sorry. There's actually 5. Sorry, the caramel apple repeats itself. And then there's a shortbread one too. But yeah, triple chocolate, love it. Codes you can let,
I'm
and of
still.
course,
Oh, do a
brought
little.
to you by Cerealia.
Yeah.
Look for Cerealia in your local Cisco pamphlet.
Wow.
But of course, this is English Bay branded cookies, which we all know and love. And don't
Is that?
forget this. So
Did
these
you
are what they look like raw.
did you get a little bit of apple in yours?
Oh, of course, yeah. They're all filled with chunks of apple and caramel. You see these little things? That brown stuff is the caramel, and then these little white things are the apples.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Thanks,
Look
chef.
at
Thanks, chef.
that. Ah, that's what I'm here for. Feed more cookies. You're killing me here. That's it.
Man.
That's my breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Well, there you go, folks. Chef gave 2 greats and 1 wow today. Your first Influencer
Oh
Fridays.
wow. Well,
We're
I
doing
hope I hope I did okay. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves.
point your finger again.
Hmm.
Do your finger again. I like that.
Did you?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. That
How about
is a
this?
wow.
And don't forget to subscribe. That one's for
Exactly.
you. That one's for you later.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, chef, thank you again for all the work. Do you want to cut into that cake just to show us it's actually
Oh
real?
sure, yes.
Let's do that before we go, folks. Because
No,
chef
no,
made
no,
all
no.
this work.
Well, no, it's
I
okay.
technically, I kind of say that he kind of cheated though using cookie.
Why? Well,
It's he kind of,
well, how is that cheating? Because people cheat by just using pre-cooked Oreo crumbs. I actually baked the big cookie. You know,
this is
cheating.
made by a cookie.
It's made by a cookie. Yeah, there's a cookie underneath, ice cream on top. Now, I did cheat because I used pre-made ice cream. Let's be honest here. But yeah, you cut into it, and look,
So
there's a cookie underneath.
that's how you did it. Like, wow, that's seriously.
Yeah, literally put it in my cake pan and just bake like 10 cookies, and they all melt together, right?
So technically, chef, you would because you're using all these pucks, which you know the cost of each puck.
Yep.
You would actually probably get right down into knowing almost the exact cost of that cake.
Oh god, yeah, because I used 1 liter of ice cream tub, and I used 10 pucks. Mind you, I did squish down the pucks because I wanted everything to stick, right?
Yeah.
So I squished down the pucks, and then it poofs, and then it goes down again.
How
So
many
yeah,
did you use?
I thought I used about 10.
Okay.
I think I used about 10. Yeah, and
Is
then
that
of course garnish was left on. Now again, you guys have to understand, like this, all these cookies, probably like one layer of each box that I got.
yeah,
So
that's it.
everything. Yeah, so I still have like 3 layers of each box, like all these cookies, right? So there is a ton. I think there's 146, 168, 168 per box. So pretty easy to get your
So
costing.
that cake, is that a 12-inch or is that a 18-inch? I mean, not 18.
No, that's a 12-inch. That's a 12-inch cake.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. See,
Honestly, you got to try this deep fry. Get your chef to make it.
okay.
Deep fry some tempura cookie. I actually wanted to make a spring roll, but I didn't have spring roll wrappers, so I just decided to tempura it.
Ah, whoa. There you go. Don't be throwing stuff out like that. And don't tell us how
Spring
you do
roll.
it.
Oh,
Hey, you did.
just, I would imagine you grab your raw dough, but you would
Yep.
have to like put a little layer, right? Like a smaller layer. You can't just chuck it in there. I would break because it's very malleable when it starts melting, right? Defrosting. So I would just put a little layer of that and maybe put a couple of marshmallows beside it, and then make a little spring roll, and
Oh,
then
nice.
freeze it, and then deep fry it whenever you want. Cookie, marshmallow, s'more, whatever you want to call it. Spring roll.
How long you deep fry? You wouldn't deep
Honestly,
fry.
it took about 3.5 4 minutes. You got to go a little bit lower because you don't want the raw dough to happen, right? So you need time to fully cook inside. So that's why I went a little lower, like at 325. Yeah.
325 on your deep fryer. How long?
Yeah. Oh, it was about 4 or 5 minutes max. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There you
Now
go.
you might have a blowout. I had this one. I had a marshmallow blowout. So this one might not have. Yeah, does not have too much marshmallows in it. So you got to make sure that you really crimp the edges really well. So,
That's also known as
but
a
yeah,
chef's.
crimp. Yeah, but spring roll would really help that because that's idiot proof as well, right? Spring roll.
You didn't hear me. I said
No,
it.
I didn't.
That's a chef's treat. Is when they have
Oh yeah.
blowout.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, look at that. Somebody made a mistake.
Well,
Yeah.
chef, thank you again for all your time today and all the hard work you did.
My
Sorelli,
pleasure. Thank you.
sending us these products for your review. Two greats, one wow, which I am more agreeing with you on those ratings, chef. And that last cookie, that apple, is like it's to die for.
Again, very, very personal flavor. Like we both went towards it because it's a personal favorite of ours, right?
Isn't that
Nothing
weird?
wrong with the other cookies. Amazing. And I love, again, don't forget, easy to cook, costing, easy to clean up from. Pretty simple thing to do, which these days you really need that, right? With labor shortages.
Yeah, exactly with the stuff, right? So
And imagine what you can charge this tempura cookie.
ah,
Nah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I figure
awesome.
if you can deep fry a Mars bar, you can deep fry this,
You can deep fry
right?
anything. Right?
Exactly.
You just ask Chef
Yeah.
Ecker; he can deep fry anything.
He can deep fry anything, even his finger. Love it.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Chef.
I lo-
Everyone else, so it's next Friday. Chef's tackling more stuff on Influencer Fridays. And thanks again, Chef, and everyone else. Tune us in later today as we have Restaurant Tech Show at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And then next week, we're taking Monday off. And then we're back on Tuesday with Restaurant Side Hustles. We have a show on showing restaurateurs how to do side hustles with their restaurant, make a little extra cash because we all know we love money and we like making extra cash. So,
Mm.
Jeff,
Let's be
thanks
honest, if
again.
you don't have a side hustle, you're not doing it right.
Exactly. Exactly. Awesome stuff. Well, thanks again, Chef. Everyone else,
Awesome.
get out
Thanks,
there and
Jay.
support.
Pleasure. Thank you guys for the cookies, English fans, Aurelia.
You bet. Cheers.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye.